Hello and welcome to 0314-1314. So I'm Professor Algio, and so I'm making this welcome video for my we call it the co-rec because it's two courses at the same time that you'll be taking. And so I'm starting off, this video is going to be for my hybrid course and my online course. Okay, so everything's going to be pretty similar except that my hybrid course will be able to meet on campus. And so I'll talk about that in a little bit. But for the most part, everything's going to be pretty similar for both courses. So I'm just making one single video. So this first part right here is what it will look like when you log into D2L. And so if you go to the My Lone Star website, you should be able to log into this. Yeah, right now, if you log in, you won't see anything. It will not become populated until January 18th at 11 p.m. I don't know why they do that, but they always do it at the last moment before the semester starts. But the courses are already actually set up and ready to go. Now, when you log in on the 18th at 11 or on the 19th in the morning or whatever, you're going to have two courses here. So you can see I've got 1314 for my section 1C 10, but then I also have the 0314, the same exact section number right there, 1C01. Same thing with my other section 1C03, right? So because you're really enrolled in two courses, but the 0314, I'm going to go ahead and inactivate those, so those will not be active, okay? And the reason why is I don't want you going to a million different places to get all this information, okay? And so really the purpose of this course is to get your college algebra credit, okay? Now the 0314 is really important, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to store everything in these shells so that you're not having to go into two different places, okay? Two different D2Ls. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this one, the 1C 101, okay? And you might be in the other course, but it doesn't matter. Everything in here is going to be pretty identical. So let me go ahead and go to content, okay? And so this is just going to be kind of your starting point to get all the information you need for the course. So we have the syllabus, and we'll go over the syllabus in a moment. Then I have registration instructions for My Math Lab. That is going to be the program we use for completing everything, your homework and your exams, okay? And so that's registration instructions. It's specific to your class. So make sure you go to your D2L and click on your class to find that. Then right here I have a calendar. We'll look at the calendar in just a minute. And then I have links to my videos for the two different courses. So remember, you're taking two classes. You're taking 0314, and then you're also taking 1314. Okay, and so I'm going to take you to those websites also and kind of show you around in this moment. But basically, these five documents are all you need to get you everything you need to know for this course. So we'll start with the syllabus, and so it doesn't really matter which one I pick. So you can see this one says hybrid, and this one says online. Other than that, there's really not too much of a difference. The only difference is that the hybrid, we will have class Monday and Wednesdays from 9:30 to ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. That should say 10:50, not 11:50. So I'll go ahead and fix that. But really, the only difference is that you're going to have an opportunity in the hybrid course to come in and do some lectures or bring your questions to class. Okay, the online, that's just going to be strictly online, but you're going to have all the same resources. The only difference is you can't come in person to get assistance. Okay, now you can come in during my office hours. I will be on campus for office hours on Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays from 11 to 1 and Wednesdays from 1 to 2. Okay. Or we can meet on WebEx. And that's fine. We can do that if for either course. Okay. And then also, probably the most popular thing students do is they just email me their questions and I make them a personal video, and then I'll just send you back a link of that video explaining, whatever you need help on. And I'll show you how to send those questions in a moment because there's a real simple way to do all that. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at our syllabus. So this is 0314, and this also has the links to the videos here, okay? Now, if you're in the hybrid, I just give a little bit more detail about how you will have opportunities to come to campus from 9:30 to 10:50. I'll fix that. It's wrong in both places. Um, and so I basically kind of give a caveat that just if conditions are to worsen, just be prepared that it is possible we'd have to move to an online format. It's unlikely. We have not had one case of COVID that a student or a faculty member contracted on campus. Okay, so there hasn't been any outbreaks on campus. So they've done a really good job and they have a protocol for all that. Okay, let's go ahead. So from here on out, everything's going to look the same. So you do not need to buy a physical book. You can if you really want to, but really all you need is My Math Lab access. Okay, and so it's $70, 69.99. Okay, um, if you plan to use financial aid, you need to look into that as soon as possible because there are delays with the bookstore. Okay, now you can get a free 2-week trial. So even if you're waiting on funds, there's no reason for you not to get started on day one, okay? And so that'll be really important. So whether you have the money or not, you can get a 2-week trial, and I'll tell you more about those details in a moment. So the good news is this cost will cover both courses, okay? So you only pay that fee one time, and it's actually good for two classes, okay? So that's one of the big benefits of taking a co-rec. Okay, so here's some just basic instructions about where's the website right here, okay? Then you want to go under register, select student, confirm the information needed, and then select OK, register now, and then here is the user course ID. And there's actually even more detailed instructions if you go back to D2L. If you click right here, now remember, this might not be your handout, so your course ID might be different. So make sure you go to D2L, make sure you get the right one. But this one, once again, it has the website. It's got the course ID for you right here for this specific course. Make sure you're getting the right one, okay? And so just kind of walks you through everything, how to get set up. And when you get to your payment option, okay, if like I said, if you don't have the funds right now, or if you're trying to do financial aid, there's a very small link at the bottom of the page that says 14-day trial. Okay, sometimes it's hard to see it, so they make it a kind of a small link at the bottom of your payment page. And so if you click on that, you just kind of agree that you're going to do a 14-day trial. And once those 14 days are up, you won't be able to access the material. You won't lose anything. So let's say it expires on you and you're not able to pay access for another day or two or whatever might be the case. You won't lose any of the work you have completed, okay? So this course ID, by the way, will be for the first part of the course. It'll be for the 0314. And then once we finish 0314, I'll give you a new ID. I'll email it out to everybody. You'll get a new ID to register for, but since you've already paid for the first one, it won't make you pay a second time. So you don't have to worry about paying a second time when we start our college algebra portion of the course. Okay. Uh, as far as calculators go, you really don't need anything more than a scientific calculator. Don't spend more than $10 on a calculator, okay? There's a lot of free internet calculators you could probably use. I even give some links to some calculators that will be fine. The one on your computer will be fine. The one on your phone will be fine. So you don't need anything fancy. Okay, so the purpose of our 0314 is basically to prepare you for college algebra. So it's going to be very foundational, okay? And for some of us, we might not have seen this in a while, and you might struggle with it a little bit. And then others, you might think, oh, this is pretty simple. But I will warn you, once we get to the college algebra, there's definitely, an increase in rigor. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get that strong foundation so that you're ready to go when we get to the college algebra portion. So this is how you'll be evaluated for 0314. Homework is going to be 20%. Okay, so that's a nice chunk right there. Okay. Now, as far as exams go, you're going to have three exams for 0314. And so the exam questions will be taken from the course practice sets and lecture videos. You'll be given an hour and 20 minutes to complete each exam. Okay, now because of COVID and everything that's going on, I've decided I'm not even going to try to stop you from using your notes. Okay, so you are permitted to use your notes on the exam, but you must refrain from using other resources. If you are caught cheating, you will automatically receive a 0 on the assessment and you may be dropped or given an F in the course. Okay, so you might think, how could I be caught cheating? I'll just tell you right now, I had quite a few in the fall and I have my ways. Okay. um, since all exams are open notes, I will not drop or replace your lowest score. Typically I replace your lowest test score with how you perform on the final, but since all the exams are open notes, you have quite a nice advantage there, with all the exams being open notes. So in this particular semester, I'm not dropping any grades, okay? Um, okay, so let's say you do the homework and you take your three exams and you're passing. Okay, that's great. You get your 0314 credit and we're going to move on. If you're not passing, you can take an optional final exam for another 20%. So what could happen is your breakdown could be 20 for homework and 80 for exams, and then you're done with the course. But if you're not passing, then what we could do is we could do 20% homework, 60% for your regular exams, and then you could take a final exam for an extra 20%. Okay. So most students, I don't usually have many students that take me up on that offer, but if you want to, you just need to let me know and we can schedule a time for you to take the optional final exam. For now, this is just 0314. For college algebra, it is not optional. You must take the final exam, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. The grade breakdown, real quick, because this is a little different, because this is a developmental course. We don't give a D in developmental, but you can earn an IP. That's basically your D right there. And that's basically, that'll help you out if you're for financial aid or if you have any other type of grants that you're using. It doesn't look as poorly on you uh, to get an IP as it would to get an F, okay? So really you're shooting for a C though. You really want a C or better. All right, so I'm not going to read through all the outcomes. You can do that if you'd like on your own time. But let's look at college algebra. So college algebra, the breakdown for grades on that is a little different. So homework will be 15% in this case, which is still a nice, nice chunk right there. Regular exams, there will be four regular exams. So you'll have four for college algebra. Exam questions will be taken from the course practice and lecture videos, okay? Same thing, you'll be given an hour and 20 minutes to complete the exam. So, I guess I should have mentioned this earlier. So, the exams will be completed in my math lab, and you'll be given a time frame to take it, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Once again, I encourage you to use your notes. Take really good notes and use your notes on the exams, but don't use anything else. Okay? Like I said, there are ways where I can tell when students have been cheating, and I will call you out on it. Okay? So just do the right thing, put in the work. Okay? You'll be happy that you did at the end. Okay? Uh, Final exams, that will be 20%. So there will be a cumulative final at the end. You do have a little more time. You get an hour and 50 minutes. And once again, I will let you use your notes on the final exam. Grade breakdown, the only difference really here is you can earn a D. It's not ideal. It doesn't always transfer. So if you're going to transfer to a four-year university, if you earn a D, not all, but a lot of them will make you retake the course when you go to your university. So you really need a C or better to guarantee that it's going to transfer. Okay, reasons why you could be dropped. The main reasons are if you miss two or more exams, or if you don't have full access to my math lab within 2 weeks. Okay, because if you don't have access within the first 2 weeks, there's really, I mean, we'll already have taken an exam by that point. Okay, and so you got to make sure you get access to it one way or the other. I know a lot of people want to use financial aid, and I completely understand. You can do the 2 week free trial, but once that runs out, one way or another, we have to figure out how we're going to have paid access so that we can actually complete the course. The course withdrawal, if you, the last day to drop will be April 9th, okay? Um, feel free to reach out to me if you're starting at any point that you're feeling like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. Do I need to drop? You can ask me, and I'd be more than happy to give you whatever advice I can. Here, these are the Lone Star College syllabus policies. You can click on the link or you can scan this and it will take you and go over all these different things. The one that I'll highlight is the, let's see, where is it? I know it's in there. It's going to be Americans with Disabilities Act. Um, if you have any accommodations, there we go, the ADA. ADA, there we go. If you have any accommodations, you just need to make sure I receive the paperwork so that I can abide by those, okay? Then here we have a link to the North Harris syllabus information here, just kind of about the math department and stuff. If you go there, we have lots of tutorial videos and stuff like that. I mean, I have my own, and I'm going to show you all about that in a minute. And then the last one, this is really good. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, this is the math tutoring. We have virtual tutoring. The schedule is coming soon, okay? So, and I actually volunteer. I do some tutoring in the evening online. And so they'll tell you what time slots are available and who's tutoring, and you just basically do it through WebEx. There'll be a WebEx link, okay? So it's free, okay? And then I think there will be some tutoring in person on campus. So I would just come back and look at this next week. I'm sure they're going to have it updated, and so you'll know what's available. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Okay, so the last page is just about the COVID prevention expectations. I'm not going to read this, but you should, especially if you're coming on campus. Okay, and you just need to make sure you abide by all the rules when you come on campus. Okay, so there's the syllabus. Now what I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to go to the calendar. I think the calendar will be helpful. Here we go. So here's our calendar, and this is in D2L also. This is my Excel file. But if you go to D2L, it will be in there. There is a document with the calendar, as you can see right here. Okay, let me go here. All right, so you can see Monday is going to be our holiday, MLK Day. And so then we're starting Tuesday. So the expectation is by Tuesday, hopefully you've watched this video, and then you'll start the lecture video and the assignment in my math lab. And I'm going to go over that in a moment. Okay. So here's our calendar. I have it set up Monday through Thursday. Obviously, you can work on stuff on other days. This is just a general pacing of what I kind of expect. What the only dates that are firm are highlighted right here. So our first exam is due by February 1st. Now you can take it January 28th if you want. So you'll have the 28th, 29th, 30th, and the 1st. So you pick which day you want to take it. You want to take it the first day, it's available, great. If you want to wait, that's fine, but I would not wait on the first exam. There's always sometimes some technical issues. So I don't want you to wait till the last minute and something doesn't work for you, okay? Because then you might not be able to take it, okay? Um, all of the Unit 1 exam homework is due on February 1st also, okay? Don't wait till then. That's the way I set it up just so students can't, like you have no reason to complain if you don't get your homework done because you have plenty of time. But don't wait. Pace yourself. You know, really you should be working on this almost every day or at least 5 days a week, okay? If you can just get into a routine, it's going to make all the difference, okay? So as we go through the calendar, your next exam will be 2 weeks from then, February 15th. Once again, you have a window from the 11th to the 15th. Okay, so just you have to take it sometime in that time frame. And I'll show you, I'm going to go to my math lab in a minute and show you where to find it. Okay. Once again, then all the homework for Unit 2 will be due on the 15th. Okay. Then we have an exam on March 1st that's due, and then the homework's due. Okay. And then after that, we actually we start college algebra. Okay, so you'll see that things start over. We're back to 1.1. And so at that point, we start our college algebra. That first college algebra exam is going to be due. Now, I have it highlighted on March 11th, but it's not actually due till the 14th. So you get a little bit more time past here, okay? Same thing with the homework. I put it due on the 14th. That's a Sunday, so it's not on my calendar, okay? Then we'll have spring break and then so on. I'm just going to go ahead and go through this to the bottom. So then our last exam is going to be May 3rd, okay? And then the homework's going to be due for that. After that, we do have one more lesson. It's a short lesson, okay? On matrices and systems of equations. Um, use that week to review for the final, and then the homework for 1.6 will be due on May 6th, okay? And then your exam, your final exam will be available uh, the 5th through I'm sorry, the 10th through the 12th, okay? So you'll have your exam available the May 10th through the 12th, the final exam. All right, so that's the calendar. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we did that. Maybe I'm going to go show you the website real quick, and then we'll look at my math lab. So let's see. Website. Here we go. All right, so we'll start with, let's see, that's college algebra. Okay, so here is Math 0314 notes and videos. So if you look in the upper right hand corner, that's our units. So unit 1, I'll click on it. And so right here I have outline notes for unit 1. So if you click on that, it's going to open that up for you. You don't have to print this out, but if you want to, so a lot of times students will print it out. This is the notes for the unit, okay? And then we go back here, and then here's all my videos for Unit 1, okay? I try to make the videos around 20 minutes or so, give or take. Some of them are a little shorter, some of them go a little bit longer, but I try to, studies have shown that about 20 minutes is about best when you make these videos. So I try to adhere to that, and that's why I break uh, lessons up into parts 1, part 2, part 3, and so on, okay? So those are all the videos for our first unit. Second unit set up pretty much the same way. You've got the outline notes and the videos there. Same thing with unit 3. Okay. All right. So then for college algebra, you can see we have our unit 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we have the 6.1 matrix solutions in linear systems. That's the very last lesson. Okay. So if you click here, my unit 1 looks exactly like the other ones. Now, if you look at Unit 2, it's set up a little bit differently, okay? Some of the stuff I've had to do on the fly just with everything that's taken place with, having to move everything online so abruptly. My goal this semester, and I should be able to do this, is I'm going to clean up these last couple units to make them look like the first couple ones. So these first ones are set up real nice, and all the videos are of me. Um, these other units, some of these videos I borrowed from other instructors at our campus, um, but I'm just I don't know. I like to kind of do things my way, so I plan on cleaning this up and making it look a little bit more like the other units. Okay, so that's something that you'll see as we move forward, is I'll be making improvements on that. Okay, last but definitely not least, this is really important, is to look at our My Math Lab. Okay, let me update that real quick. There we go. Okay, so when you sign into My Math Lab, please follow those instructions and get everything set up. You'll only have one of these because you'll only be enrolled in one at the beginning of the semester, and so you're gonna be in the Math 0314 spring of 2021. I'm going to go ahead and click here. So here are my two courses. It will depend on which section number you're in. Okay, so make sure you register for the right one. Looks like I already have a student enrolled in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and go into it. Okay, so when you click in here, okay, really there's just a few places you need to go. Homework right here. I'll click on homework. And I guess they're not showing up yet because they're not assigned. I'm going to assign those in a second so we can see some of them. Okay, so I went ahead and posted some assignments so we can see this here. So right here under homework tab, I went ahead and posted the first couple assignments. And once again, I broke those into parts also. If they were really long assignments, I didn't want to give you an assignment that will take you, over an hour. So any of the longer assignments, I try to break them up into smaller parts. Now, if you click under test and quizzes, these are all populated by the program, I guess, the My Math Lab program. You can pretty much ignore all this stuff here. I mean, you can do them if you want just to get extra practice, but our exam, it's not popping up right now because it's not due yet. Let me go ahead and do that just so you can see it. Okay, so I went ahead and assigned it right here, Unit 1 exam. So this is where you'll look to find your exams and the final exam and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and you can see 80 minutes to take it, okay, and you get one attempt. All this other stuff is extra practice. It will not affect your grade, okay? Now I'm going to go change the day the date on this, so this won't show up when you log in until I believe our calendar, it's the 28th. So let's see. Yeah, so January 28th is when you'll see this pop up, but I just wanted you to see what it looks like. And like I said, you can just ignore the rest of this stuff right here. Okay, I do want to go into a homework assignment and kind of show you around a little bit. So let's see, I'm just going to pick this one. It doesn't really matter. So let's pick a question. And as you work through this, it will automatically save. So you don't have to save or submit or anything like that. It automatically does it for you. Okay, so right here, it says evaluate the given algebraic expression for x equals 5. So you're supposed to plug in 5 and multiply by 4 and then add 9 to it. Now, the answer is 29, but I'm going to go ahead and just put, I don't know, we'll put 19 instead, just so I can show you what happens. Check answer. Oops. And it tells you what to do. Incorrect. You need to substitute 5 in for x into the expression and then compute. All right, well, I still don't know if I understand what they want me to do, so I'm going to click on question help. Question help. Help me solve it. If you do help me solve it, it will actually solve the problem for you, and you won't get credit and you'll have to redo it, which is fine. Some students like to do that. It's a step by step. Probably the most popular one right here is view an example. So if you click view an example, you can actually go through and it'll take you step by step by step, and you can work out the problem simultaneously as you're looking at this example. Now be careful, because sometimes students start just mimicking what they see and they're not actually retaining what they're learning, okay? So it's very popular to use this method. Just make sure you're actually, thinking through the process and actually getting something out of it, okay? Uh, some of the questions do have videos. If you want to watch the video, that's okay. A lot of times, well, I don't know about a lot, but sometimes the videos aren't quite, it might be a little bit broader than what you're looking at. Now, the videos I make, pretty much every problem you see on the homework, you should see some similar example in the videos I have posted, okay? It's very rare that you'll find a problem in the homework that I did not complete something very similar to that in my lecture videos, okay? So that's on the Google site. So that would probably be your first stop if you're, okay, I closed it, sorry. But anyways, if you're having problems, that's going to be one of your best resources, okay? Uh, then it'll take you to the textbook if you want to look in the textbook where this topic is. Um, and then there's also Ask My Instructor. Okay, that's another very popular one. That's how you're going to send me your questions. So you click on this, and look, it already generates my email address, so you don't even have to type it in, okay? It tells me the question you're on. It will actually send me a picture of the question, and you can just say, I need help, with whatever. You know, it's best if you can kind of give me a little idea of where you're getting lost or what the problem is, okay? You go ahead and send it to me, and I try to get back to you within 24 hours, okay? Sometimes the first time you email me through this, uh, it might go to my spam folder. So the first time you use it, it might take a day longer. Just depends if it gets stuck in my spam folder. That reminds me, when you set up your My Math Lab account, you're going to put in an email address to create your account. You do not have to use your Lone Star account. Okay, you use whatever you're going to check, because I will be sending out announcements in My Math Lab. Okay, I will be sending out announcements. And if you use your school email but you don't check it on a regular basis, you're not going to get my announcements. Okay, and also you might not get my return email if you're emailing me a question, okay? So use whenever you set up your account, use whatever account you're going to check most often. All right, so let's look at this question again. Let's say, okay, it's not 19, maybe it's 25, right? Or 25. Still wrong. Let's see what happens. Check answer. No, it's telling me the same thing again, okay? Now look what it says now. It says final check. So you'll know when it's your last chance to get it correct. And so I'm going to go ahead and get it wrong again just because I want to show you something. So I get it wrong. The correct answer was 29. You can go to Skill Builder. I would not if I were you. Sometimes that will take you down some rabbit holes that you don't want to go down. You can try it if you want. I don't want to discourage you from doing it if you want to check it out. But what I've noticed is sometimes it'll take students to stuff that, take you way back. And so I'd rather you email me and get help from me, but I'll leave that up to you. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close it. And we'll be like, oh man, I got that one wrong. What can I do to get it right? And if you look here, it will show you, if you click on it, it will show you what you answered. But the good thing is you get you get four more chances. So if you click on similar example right here, you can go ahead and it will give you a new problem, very, very similar, pretty much identical. 9 plus 2 times 4. Um, so let's see, that'll be 17. So I'm going to go ahead and get it correct this time. So answer, good job, I'm correct. So if I click next question, it'll take me to the next question, which is fine. But I want to show you something real quick. So I'm going to close that. Let's say, you know what, I still, I think I got it, but I want to do another one. You can click similar example again, so you can do problems over and over and over again to get more practice, okay? So you can go through here. You don't have to do it in the exact order that they're listed, I probably would, but you can kind of skip around if you want to. But those are the things that will help you here. View an example, very popular. We've got videos, animation, which is kind of similar to the videos, and then ask my instructor. So that's how you need to send me your questions. It's going to be a lot easier for both of us to correspond with each other if we do it that way. Okay, I hope I am not forgetting anything. So with that, I'll go ahead and, let you go ahead and log into your D2L and get your MyMathLab set up. And don't hesitate to send me an email if you got some questions or concerns. And I'm just looking forward to having a good semester with you all. Thank you.